Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Welcome to another Saturday talk promoted by the United States Spiritist Federation. We are very happy to be here once again. This is the 101 lecture. Last week we had the 100th lecture, and you can find them all on the United States Spiritist Federation YouTube page, Facebook page, or the TVSA, the International Spiritist Council YouTube page. Before we start, a reminder, every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the course Initiation into Spiritism, which is a course focused on those trying to learn more about Spiritism, that are starting to learn about Spiritism. We already have a series of talks that you can find covering different aspects of Spiritism, and we welcome you all to join us for the first time, or if you continue to watch it, to be back with us. You can donate to help the United States Spiritist Federation. We have a QR code that you can scan and donate. You help us continue promoting these events, these lectures, and these talks. Okay, so now let us bring our friend Gustavo. Good morning, Gustavo. Well, good afternoon for you. You are in Brazil, so beginning of the afternoon in Brazil. We are very happy to have you here. Let me introduce you to Gustavo. He was born in Araxá, state of Minas Gerais in Brazil, but nowadays he lives in Uberlândia, also in the state of Minas Gerais, very close to where Francisco Xavier had the last part of his life in Uberaba. He collaborates with studies in the channel spiritismo.net and in a podcast called Coffee and Spiritism, also translated into English, Café com Espiritismo. So we are very happy to have you here, Gustavo, and please take it away.
Thank you, John. First of all, I would like to thank Jussara for this opportunity. Feel honored and happy to be here. And this is my first lecture in English, so I'm really afraid of making more mistakes than I'm used to make in my daily routine here. But it's a pleasure. It's very good to be here, and it's very challenging, actually. And someone might ask, why did I have accepted this challenge? Why did I accept this? Since I'm not American, I'm from Brazil, trying to do my best in English here. And when Jussara invited me, and here I also have to thank Alvaro Mordecai, which is a good friend, a very close friend that helped me to be here. And when Jussara invited me, I thought in denying the invitation, but in the same time, I thought that Spiritism came to bring us all together. And because of that, we have to make as much as effort we can to get over these obstacles of these problems. And with these, we can grow together, you know. So I'm here not as a professor, because I really don't have anything to teach, but as a friend, as a brother that wants to share a thing that is bringing me peace and make me feel make me trust more in life, you know. And this is the effort I think we have to do, to hold hands and walk together. And Well, I also love challenges, you know. So this would be good. It's a good thing to work on, right? So I would like to thank John too, and Daniel that is helping us with this live. And well, our theme today is about God. We would like to talk about God. And to talk about God according to Spiritism, we have to start from the beginning. Here we would like to start from the first question of the first book, the Spirit's book, which is a very, very, very interesting question. And that put us in a really new perspective about God. Because when we look over the history, the way we understand God have changed a lot, and the way Spiritism presents us God, I think is the most revolution in this perspective, in this thought, because we always thought a God for the earth and a God for the humanity that we see, that we can get in touch. But Spiritism put us in a cosmic way, in a cosmic perspective. And in this perspective, we can understand many things, and many things starts to make sense. So the first question of the Spirit's book is, what is God? What is God? The question itself is a lesson, because Kardec didn't start the book asking if God exists. He's not thinking about this because it's a certain thing. God exists, but now we want to understand what it is. What it is. If the first question is, does God exist? We would have a big problem, because Kardec would be asking to the spirits, and it doesn't make sense thinking about spirits if God doesn't exist. So what we see here is that Allan Kardec is pretty sure about the existence of God. Now we want to understand what it is, because during the centuries, we kind of confused things. We created things that it's not true. So we have to start from the real beginning. We have to understand what God is, so we can build a new knowledge, some new things actually, and start to understand how he created, how he handles everything. So what is God is the first question. God exists. We would like to understand more about it. And the way the question is built, it's not a question that would like to define God, because definitions is always limiting, because we define a thing, so we kind of put limits so it cannot overlap this limit. We cannot get over this limit. Is a definition. So a computer cannot be a car, because a computer is limited to be a computer. But there is a premise here. We just can define what we know, what we really know. To define a thing, you have to know everything about it. And we, for sure, we don't understand everything about God, because we just understand what He reveals to us. If He doesn't reveal, we can't see, we can't understand, we can't imagine, actually. We not even can imagine, because God is very, very transcendent, let's say. So the question here is not to define, but to get a principle of understanding, to get a way to start. I mean, okay, we can understand everything about God, but can we have at least a sign, at least a piece? And here we understand why the question is what and not who. Who is God? No, what is God? Because who is about a person. So who is Gustavo? Oh, Gustavo is a guy that lives in Brazil and so on. It's a person. But here Kardec asked what? No presumptions, no previous understandings. Let's start from the real beginning. What is God? What is God? Because God is not a person. God doesn't have a body. God is not a human, let's say. So what is? We just would like to understand a bit. What is God? Well, the answer is small, let's say. It's not the smaller one, but it's really small. But it's really, really deep. Because the spirits said, God is the supreme intelligence, the first cause of all things. So let's split this answer in two pieces. God is the supreme intelligence. What does this mean, the supreme intelligence? It means that there is no intelligence greater. No one is better. No one is higher. There are good intelligence. There are divine intelligence, but God is the supreme one. There is none above. There is none greater. God is the supreme one. Supreme intelligence. This is cool. This is cool actually, because in Genesis, let me just get here the reference to not commit any mistakes. In Genesis, we have a versicle saying that we were created as God. I mean, let me just get here. As a similarity to the God. And because of that, many people thought that God has a body. So we have that image from Michelangelo, I think, that God is trying to touch his finger through the man finger, and we kind of use it to think about God in an old man sitting in a throne and saying what is wrong and what is right.